Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hi and welcome to Dewy's 24-hour readathon TBR. If you don't know what Dewy's 24-hour readathon, it is simply a 24-hour readathon, except with this one it's been around for longer than 10 years. It's been around since like 2009, fun fact. But also this readathon strikes at the same time for everyone across the world. Luckily I'm in EST, so I know that it starts at 8 p.m. but that is not what you're here for. You're not here for fun facts and tidbits. So let's just get into what my TBR is. More than anything, I would love to get some small books in. I also have 2 audiobook possibilities and a way over ambitious TBR. But really, would it be my video if I wasn't being overly ambitious? Let's talk about what I want to read. So the first book that I'm probably going to read during this readathon is going to be the Tea Dragon Festival. It is the sequel to the Tea Dragon Society, where essentially it is about the lore and the history and why the Tea Dragons need to be passed down. And I really enjoyed the first book, and I thought it wrapped up pretty nicely, but it is a series and it kind of did leave a few questions. So I'm really hoping that this second book will help me with that. From there, I do have The Walking Dead volume 32 to 30. Whoop, there it is. To read. I always get through these books pretty quickly. I'm pretty nervous about what's going to happen, as these are the last 3 comics. I can't speak today. The last 3 comics in the series. I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead and have been wanting to watch the show for a while. But I put my watch on hold until I finish the series, and that's kind of my hope for the readathon, is that I'll be able to read a whole bunch, including the Walking Dead comics, come out of it and go watch the Walking Dead show, along with the Umbrella Academy, because I do have the Umbrella Academy volume 3 and the new spin-off that just came out this year. So I'm pretty excited about all of these. If you don't know what The Walking Dead is, I don't think it needs to be explained. Rapid fire summary. Rick is the main character who is in a coma and then has to find his family along with the rest of the world that is just trying to survive, as the dead have come back to life, and that causes a lot of problems. Along with, there is plenty of drama and issues in the very beginning of the book, and also along the way, because as soon as one problem's fixed, there's another one, and I kind of feel like that's just how it goes when there's nobody to control what's going on, especially when you figure out that there's been a lie happening the whole time. Moving on from there, let's talk about what the Umbrella Academy is about. Rapid fire summary. There is 5 abomination children that each have their own unique power, talents, magic of sorts. We got a robot child, we have one that goes to space, we have one that can travel through time, we have one that is complicated as hell, and then we have one that really doesn't have a magic or power, but she kind of does. Bringing these together, they were all adopted by one man to make the Umbrella Academy. Along with trying to save the world, these children have the problem of getting along. So, as you can imagine, there's a lot of drama and issues going along in that household. There, of course, is a rift at some point, but of course, eventually they do have to come together, but that is all because of things starting to fall apart. So yeah, I have enjoyed the first 2 comics. I gave them both 3 stars, which doesn't mean I didn't hate it, but I also wasn't an all-time favorite. It didn't shock me, but I'm still hoping to watch the show afterwards. So there's that. 2 Umbrella Academies, 3 for The Walking Dead, 1 for the Tea Dragon Festival, but then we have 2 very ambitious books that I'm hoping to be my audiobooks for this readathon. I just finished Throne of Glass last night, and I really enjoyed it. Surprisingly, the cliffhanger was not painful. It was kind of a sweet and peaceful cliffhanger, which I feel like will not be a theme throughout the rest of the series, especially since what I've heard from other people. So that being said, of course I'm talking about Midnight Sun being my next read. I'm really, really excited, and ambitiously I would like to get through this during the readathon. The problem is this is like 430-ish pages, so that's a little wild. But I think I will bounce between the audiobook, reading it with the audiobook, and reading it on my own. I didn't even tell you what this was about. So if you don't know what this is about, I feel like Throne of Glass is a booktube favorite, and it really doesn't need explained. But again, rapid fire summary. So Lena Sardothian is the most powerful and youngest female assassin in the kingdom, and kind of has just been killing the king's men, and has secretly been she's been part of her own one-person rebellion throughout the series, or throughout the book. Then she goes to this slave camp and is eventually chosen to kind of participate in a Hunger Games of sorts, but but in its own unique form. She's an assassin, later turned into a slave at a slave camp, fair warning for that, and then is chosen to be the king's champion in a competition, and yeah, chaos ensues from there. Because I will say that Throne of Glass did take about 170 pages to really start taking off, in my opinion, so if you're not for slow builds, this might not be the story for you. And then we have Ready Player 2, the unnecessary sequel to Ready Player 1, that everyone has either been giving 1 star or completely DNFing. On a lucky chance, it's gotten 2 stars. Makes me nervous because this is a book I was very, very excited for and even asked for my birthday. So I'm hoping I did not have my mom waste her money. But if I don't end up liking it, I'll just keep it on my shelf. I mean, the spine looks cool, so there's that. Rapid fire summary: if you don't know what Ready Player 2 is about, or Ready Player 1, sorry. I believe it takes place in Cleveland, and it follows Wade Watts, who lives in the stacks, which is just the poorest of the poor, in a terrible situation. And he is one of the players that participates in James Holliday's virtual reality competition that has a lot of 80s movie music, video game, everything references going on, and they kind of have to use those as clues to solve this puzzle. And yeah, that's pretty much what it was. I gave Ready Player 1 a 5-star. I think that would be closer to a 4-star, maybe a 4.5, but I still really, really enjoyed the first book. I did reread the first book this year, just to get a kind of memory of what's going on in preparation for this book. I will say I'm pretty nervous. I'm so nervous about this book because of everybody's opinions. I'm a pretty unpopular opinion person. I have a tendency not to like things, or not to like things as much as other people when it comes to hyped books, and I feel like this one isn't gonna be that unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna try and not judge it too harshly and just go with the flow, pray that I actually enjoy this book, and we'll see what happens. So that being said, that is my 8-book TBR with this already is ambitious, and then adding 8 more books, 8 more graphic novel comics on top of 800 pages probably. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'm pretty excited for this, especially since I have like my diamond dots and my journal to do, my reading journal to prepare during the readathon. So yes, that is it for my TBR. Hopefully this made sense, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. I might do a vlog. We'll see how that goes. If not, I definitely will be uploading. I will definitely be updating both on my Twitter and my main Instagram at Melissa Rose on both of them, which I will leave in the description down below. But I also do photography as a like a hobby. So at Melissa Ham Photography, also on Instagram, also be in the description down below if you want to follow me there and to see what I'm currently working on. Otherwise, here's a video for my last video, and then for my last video, if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe right here. And if you want, here's a playlist of my most recent videos. Other than that, let me know if you want. Let me know what you're doing if you're this weekend, if you plan on reading, if you plan on joining Dewy's 24-hour readathon. If so, are you team no sleep like I'm gonna try and be? We'll see. And that being said, I will see you all in a video very, very soon. I have a video going up tomorrow talking about what I plan on reading for this month. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye.